5 reasons you may need help in retirement planning. Number 1, there's just too many voices. I don't know about you guys, but I have some very intelligent friends who have tons of different opinions on how to go about retirement. Tons of different opinions. One's very conservative, one's a lot more liberal. There's a couple that are in the middle there, but they all have different advice on how you should go about retiring. It's confusing at times. If you have that and you're going through that same exact situation, there can just be too many voices in the room, too many people that you respect their opinion, but you're just like, okay, so what do I do then? That can happen. It's happened to me in the past a couple times. Once kind of recently, and once a long time ago when I was just starting to retire. All these different opinions. What do I do? Should I do this? Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that. Then you talk to someone else, it's like, yeah, but this guy said that and you said the opposite. Too many voices in the room. Number 2, following shady advice. There's so much advice out there you can get on retirement planning, how to invest, especially on YouTube. And you know what? There's a lot of good advice that you could follow. But there's also a lot of shady stuff out there too. You have to be your own best advocate on all this. If you see something that you like and you're going, hey, I might try that out. Don't just rely on one person's point of view. Might sound good, but investigate it. Do your due diligence. Go to like 3 or 4 different sources on that. It's tough because they can come across as very convincing sometimes, right? It's like, ooh, I'm going to run out and do that right now. Okay. And then 6 months later, it's like, why the hell did I do that right now? So yeah, do your due diligence. There's a lot of information out there. Number 3, spreadsheet mistakes. If you're the person who likes to do their own planning and are good with numbers, you got your spreadsheets down, you just crunching those numbers left and right. You better double, triple, quadruple check those numbers that you're crunching, because God forbid it comes down to retirement and it's like, oh no, that decimal place should have been over here, or maybe that's an extra 0 in there. That's the worst place to be, guys. So if you're just going about it, in a spreadsheet analysis, your own creation, I would investigate at the least some online calculators. Now, 2 that I've mentioned before, they're both free calculators. And what I'll be doing in the near future is giving walkthroughs on how to use each of these. One is called FI Calc. Very good. You just input your information. Has a lot of different variables you can put in there as well to test out those different situations. What's the inflation rate? Will you have side income coming in? Another good spreadsheet that is also free is Personal Capital. I use both of these. And, one comes from a different perspective. FI Calc is more historical information. Personal Capital is based on Monte Carlo analysis. So taking both of those, put them together, see what they spit out, see how it works out for you. But you guys, if you're doing retirement planning on your own and you're doing it on your own spreadsheet, that could be just a huge, huge mistake. Okay? So be careful with that. Number 4, and I've talked about this before, but it's so true. Paralysis by analysis, where you're just, you've crunched these numbers over and over and over again yourself, and it's like you're just paralyzed, because it's like, okay, I know my numbers here, but can I really make that jump? You might need to go see a professional to tell you that, yeah, your numbers look good, or no, your numbers suck. You need that. You might need that. Now, a lot of people feel confident retiring, on their own, based on their own calculations and everything. If that's you, great. Some people, though, and this is a big one, paralysis by analysis, they're sitting there going, well, it looks good, But who am I to tell me if I can really make that jump? If you're in that boat, go see someone. Go see a professional. Run it by them. And I've done a video on that in the past on financial advisors, pros and cons. Please check that out if you can. And maybe that'll help you out in deciding if you want to see a financial advisor, how you go about doing that. The last one I have for you is, for some people, retirement planning is just too overwhelming. You know, they're like, I think I'm okay, but there's this and there's this and there's this, and those thises can add up to like 20 or 30 different things. If you're in that boat, and nothing wrong with that. A lot of people are. A lot of people might not be that good with numbers, you know? Go to a professional. Run it by them. Because the last thing you want to do is just sit around and just wonder, right? These 5 steps that I've just laid out, you know, or 5 reasons that you should see maybe a professional help you out, they all deal with the same thing. It's like being undecided or not being totally confident on being able to pull the plug. If you're in that situation, guys, go see a professional. I mean, I've done it in the past. I went to a fee-only advisor. I've only done it once, but it did help because I did have a couple of mistakes going on there that I thought that I was going to be doing okay, and I wasn't. It'll just make so much sense for you, hopefully, after you go do that, because in the end, would you rather spend a little bit of money now on a fee-only advisor than say 5, 6 years down the road going, oh my God, how could I have made those mistakes? Yeah, that would be the worst place to be in, right? So anyway, check those things out, guys. If you fall into any of those categories, those 5 different categories I mentioned there, or, you know, maybe it's worth it for you to go check that out. I mean, you know, better to have someone that's knowledgeable than you just sitting there and guessing about it, right? Anyway, if you guys have got some good information from this video on this beautiful day up in the high desert, let me see, can you see the snow in the back there behind the lake? Ah, yeah, there we go. Anyway, if you got some good information on this, please consider subscribing. My name is Duane, and I just retired at 59 with $500,000 at the end of 2021. And we're getting a community going here with similar people in similar situation, helping each other get through this bad economy. So if that seems like something you'd like, check it out, you know? Also, if you like this, please click like on the video. And guys, just remember, there's so many ways to go about this retirement thing, you know? So many different ways, so many different opinions, all that stuff. But if you're not confident in what you're doing, it can make just the whole thing crumble, right? And just for peace of mind, check out a professional. They're a lot of good if you get the right one. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. Hope everyone's doing well. And remember, we got this.